Hi there, I'm Mary Kirby with the Runway Girl Network, and you've landed on PAXX TV. In this episode, our deputy editor, John Walton, delivers his report from the big Paris Air Show last week, and we learn how aircraft avionics providers are exploiting broadband connectivity to improve airline operations and ergo the passenger experience. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, GoGo.
How do we deliver the best performing IFC technology to aircraft? We focus on the plane first. Our aircraft expertise lets us install fast and minimize touches, keeping planes in service where they belong. And now our high bandwidth, future-ready global solution, 2KU, is in flight. New and better services for passengers, greater operational efficiency for our partners. The 2KU era has begun.
The Paris Air Show is one of the premier events on the aviation calendar, with airframers and suppliers gathering en masse to show their latest innovations. John Walton, take it away.
Thanks, Mary. It was 120 Fahrenheit scorcher on the tarmac at the Paris Air Show this year, where the hottest news was Boeing's double-stretched 737 MAX 10, launched at Le Bourget to a warm welcome from airlines. The MAX 10 can fit up to 230 passengers, 10 more people than the single-stretch 737 MAX 9, but over a shorter distance. The MAX 10 enables airlines like Malaysia Airlines to create premium narrow-body cabins with fully flat beds and direct aisle access, in this case to serve the lucrative and developing China market. Boeing won the Airshow order book horse race this year, but quite a lot of those orders, including 100 from United Airlines, were conversions from older existing MAX orders rather than winning new business. With the Airbus A321neo outselling the 737 MAX 9 by several times, we'll be watching to see whether the MAX 10's momentum keeps up, or whether Boeing is spurred to bring its new market aircraft, likely called the 797, forwards in time. Airbus, meanwhile, is continuing to try to sell A380s with a densified cabin, also adding winglets, which we're all calling whalelets on the Super Jumbo, improving fuel efficiency but squeezing more seats into what's currently a very comfortable cabin. The big news from Toulouse, though, is that Airbus is bringing its airspace cabin to the A320, including massive new bins with doors that flip up instead of pivoting down. The airframer says that the new larger bins will take a full complement of 24-inch bags on their sides, and that it will be easier for crew to close the doors without feeling like they've been to the gym for Arms Day. The new bins will arrive in 2019, with the rest of the cabin debuting in 2020. I spoke to Airbus VP of Cabin Marketing Ingo Vugitzer to learn more.
We launched 2016, 330 and 350, and now we just revealed the airspace for the A320 family, which is great to have a consistent feeling in the cabin for all passengers in terms of comfort, service, ambience and design. All of this, is really bringing value in terms of bigger bins for the 320, actually the biggest bins in the market, plus 40% of volume. That guarantees a relaxed arriving for passengers and crew. Of course, we do the whole LED mood lighting, welcome area with a wow lighting feature, iconic ceiling lighting, and a refresh of the lavatories as well. The bins are really simple. That means they are light and robust, and that's what we need for that operation. And of course, you don't have any hand force to close it. And that's really good for the crew as well.
Also at the show this year, for the first time, one of the stretched Bombardier CS300 jets, this one with the Air Baltic cabin, and Embraer's E195-E2, the next generation of the Brazilian narrowbody. Embraer also showed RGN the newest version of its cabin layout, with slightly larger bins and incrementally updated seating. That's all from Le Bourget. Back to you, Mary.
Thanks, John. We hear an awful lot about how broadband connectivity improves the passenger experience, and there's really no doubt about that. But now, aircraft avionics providers are really starting to exploit broadband in the cockpit. We caught up with both Thales and Honeywell to learn more.
Connectivity is everything. So connectivity has enabled pilots to get information at their fingertips, real-time information. It's made our lives a lot easier. It enables us to get better weather information, traffic information, NOTAMs, what's going on in the airspace in general. Also, it peace of mind. Even enables us to talk to our family, let them know when we're going to be home if we're experiencing a delay. So everything is centralized in the electronic flight bag, and through great connectivity like Honeywell's JetWave system, we can do so much more. The possibilities are really endless, and that's really truly the power of the connected.
Thales's Cockpit 2020 demonstrator gives us a glimpse of what the future holds. Here's Thales to explain.
Etc. And another big change regarding this cockpit is really the organization of the information. So in current cockpit you have a lot of interface linked to each avionics system. We have a big change here because we present only the right information at the right time when it is needed, and we have a presentation of the information according to the task the pilot has to perform. For instance, if I select this airport, for instance, I can get this kind of menu with all the available tasks I can perform, whatever the system behind that delivers the information. It will be fully connected, for instance, with the aircraft mission system management at the rear, the Thales one, at the rear of the aircraft called AMASCOS, and so that the crew in the cockpit and in cargo can easily exchange information regarding the mission, regarding the position, the exact position, for instance, of point of interest during some mission like search and rescue, for instance.
Of course, these developments will improve the passenger experience by default, but we also want to highlight the fact that new high-throughput satellites and new modem technology is going to improve the actual in-flight internet experience for passengers down back. Here's Gogo's CTO to explain what all of this new technology is going to mean to passengers, and he happens to be in a bit of a noisy cockpit.
So today's demo was the same 2KU antenna that we demonstrated 18 months back. The two things that were different are the high throughput satellites and the new modem. And so what high throughput satellite brings is enormous amount of capacity to serve the demands in those geographies where the demand is high. So for example, certain pockets of CONUS, continental US, Northern Atlantic, the major air traffic routes is where both the number of aircraft and the number of users is high, and the high throughput satellites allows us to scale the capacity that's available in those regions because they use spot beams, they reuse the frequencies or the spectrum and create from a single satellite a lot more bandwidth available to those geographies compared to a traditional wide beam satellite. Wide beam satellites are great for coverage, and spot beam satellites are great to add or supplement capacity. The KU ecosystem has a combination of wide beam and spot beam satellites, allowing us to take advantage of both. We got great coverage and great capacity.
That's all for this edition of PAXX TV. Join us again next time for the latest news on the passenger experience.
It's a great day, I'm feeling good. Oh, the possibilities of what I could. Oh, do it the way